All right, Raiders fans, buckle up because we are diving deep into the future of the Las Vegas Raiders and what could be one of the most pivotal draft seasons in recent memory. The scenario this season is fascinating because the Raiders are positioned in a spot that is both rare and potentially transformative. Depending on how the rest of the season unfolds, they could either secure the coveted first overall pick or slide slightly to the third, fourth, or fifth selection, each position carrying its own strategic opportunities. This is the kind of chance that franchises don't often see, where the convergence of a struggling season and a talented draft class create a window to redefine the team's trajectory. For the Raiders, the quarterback position has long been the centerpiece of the discussion, and this year is no different. If the Raiders land the first pick, there is a consensus forming around a player who has not only demonstrated elite performance, but also carries immense upside in his skill set. Fernando Mendoza, the Heisman winner, has captured attention nationwide, not just for the accolades, but for the potential he brings as a franchise quarterback. His season at Indiana was remarkable, and the program's resurgence over the past couple of years has provided a strong platform for him to showcase his abilities. Mendoza's rise to the top of the draft board is reminiscent of other quarterbacks who have taken similar paths, such as Joe Burrow and more recently Cam Ward, both of whom emerged as top prospects after standout collegiate performances. There is, of course, another quarterback in the conversation, Dante Moore, who could contend for a top position, but Mendoza's combination of skill, production, and potential seems to make him the most logical fit for the Raiders' long-term vision. The quarterback position is uniquely important because opportunities to secure a potential franchise leader do not come around often, and the Raiders are at a point where they might not see another chance this favorable for several years. While improving coaching and offensive weapons is essential, the quarterback is the cornerstone, and missing this window could set the franchise back significantly. Moving beyond the quarterback, the draft strategy for the Raiders quickly becomes intriguing as we look at reinforcing both the offensive and defensive fronts. The interior defensive line has been a point of concern, as the team often finds itself overpowered in run situations, despite stacking the box and deploying multiple linebackers and defensive tackles. Addressing this weakness requires a player who can immediately impact the line of scrimmage, someone like Amari Washington from Oregon. Washington has been under the radar in recent years, but his combination of size, athleticism, and upside makes him a standout prospect. Standing 6'3.5", he possesses the mobility and quickness to disrupt plays and anchor against the run. While still raw in some aspects, particularly in leveraging his body properly against blocks, he has the physical tools and potential that make him a plug-and-play starter at a high pick in the early second round. The Raiders have seen similar prospects transition successfully to the NFL, and Washington represents a chance to solidify the interior line in a way that previous selections have not fully achieved. On the offensive side, ensuring the line is fortified is equally critical. Securing a player like Blake Miller from Clemson at tackle, with a vision to move him to guard, provides a solution that addresses both immediate needs and long-term development. Miller's size, length, and football intelligence make him an ideal candidate to anchor the offensive line for years to come. His combination of physical traits and football IQ aligns with what has historically translated to successful NFL play, making him a strategic pick in the third round. The Raiders' approach to the middle rounds, particularly the fourth, involves balancing value with high upside selections, especially in skill positions and linebacker roles. Crone Allen from Penn State is a running back whose production and consistency make him an ideal target to inject explosiveness into the backfield. Unlike current options who tend to lack burst and playmaking ability, Allen offers a blend of vision, agility, and scoring potential that can transform offensive schemes. Running backs in these rounds are often overlooked, but with smart, repeated investments, a team can uncover multiple contributors who significantly enhance offensive versatility. Pairing Allen with Harold Perkins Jr. from LSU adds a dynamic piece to the linebacker core. Perkins is recovering from an ACL injury, which has impacted his draft stock, but his coverage ability, versatility, and pass-rushing potential make him a high-value target in the mid-rounds. Linebackers with a skill set are rare particularly those who can both cover and contribute in pass rush packages, giving the Raiders flexibility in defensive scheming. Complementing these selections is Zachariah Branch from Georgia, a wide receiver with substantial upside. While his collegiate career has seen some inconsistencies, partly due to the systems he has been in, Branch possesses the athletic ability and playmaking potential to become a weapon in the Raiders' passing game. Drafting him in the 4th round provides value and mitigates risk, as he can be developed alongside the team's existing receiving core. Collectively, these selections reflect a comprehensive strategy: secure a franchise quarterback if possible, fortify the defensive and offensive lines with high upside talent, and enhance skill positions with players who can contribute explosively without requiring first-round capital. This approach balances immediate needs with future potential, allowing the Raiders to build a roster that addresses weaknesses while also laying a foundation for sustained success. Every pick, from the top of the draft to the 4th round, is a calculated step toward creating a team that can compete consistently and establish a culture of development and competitiveness, recognizing that the window to secure transformative talent at key positions is rare and must be seized decisively. This draft outlook not only highlights the strategic mindset of the Raiders' front office, but also emphasizes the importance of timing, talent evaluation, and understanding positional value in constructing a roster that can contend for years to come. The combination of Mendoza, Washington, Miller, Allen, Perkins, and Branch forms the skeleton of a team built on both immediate impact and long-term potential. As the draft approaches, evaluating how these players fit into the broader scheme, from offensive protection to defensive aggression and skill position explosiveness, will be critical for determining how effectively the Raiders can transition from a team in flux to one capable of consistent competitiveness. The nuances of this strategy underscore the complexities of draft planning in today's NFL, where identifying talent is only part of the equation. Aligning that talent with organizational philosophy, immediate needs, and long-term goals is equally essential, particularly when opportunities at transformative positions, like quarterback, are infrequent and invaluable. This season, the Raiders find themselves in a position where the draft can fundamentally reshape the franchise, offering a chance to address historical weaknesses while simultaneously providing the foundation for a new era of success. The decisions made in these rounds, particularly with high-upside players who can contribute immediately or grow into key roles, would determine whether the Raiders are able to convert opportunity into sustained competitiveness. The combination of strategic foresight, precise evaluation, and calculated risk-taking creates a roadmap that, if executed correctly, positions the Raiders to emerge stronger and more resilient, capable of competing at the highest level across multiple seasons. After establishing the quarterback position with Fernando Mendoza, reinforcing both the defensive and offensive lines, and adding key skill position players, the subsequent rounds become a playground for high-upside, developmental talent. The Raiders have an opportunity to address versatility and athleticism in ways that can change the dynamic of both their offense and defense. A key theme in this stage of the draft is explosiveness and adaptability. The Raiders need players who can step into immediate roles, but also athletes who can evolve within multiple schemes and formations. For example, Crone Allen's ability to stretch the field and create mismatches against linebackers and safeties transforms the offensive playbook, giving the Raiders flexibility to run multiple personnel groupings without sacrificing production. Pairing Allen with existing options like Ashton Gentry creates a backfield that can threaten defenses both inside and outside, opening lanes and forcing opponents to account for multiple threats simultaneously. In the 4th round, Harold Perkins Jr. provides the defensive versatility that is increasingly valuable in modern NFL schematics. A linebacker capable of playing in coverage, contributing against the run, and adding pressure as a situational pass rusher allows defensive coordinators to disguise packages and adjust in real time. Perkins' recovery from an ACL injury is a factor, but his football intelligence, speed, and instinctual playmaking potential make him a compelling selection. Injuries are always a consideration in the draft, but understanding a player's ceiling and ability to return to form is crucial. When looking at players like Perkins, teams weigh the medical risk against the potential long-term impact, and in the Raiders' case, the upside clearly outweighs the temporary setback. Zachariah Branch, meanwhile, represents an infusion of talent and potential at wide receiver, providing a dynamic option for the passing game. While Branch may not immediately assume a number one receiver role, his athleticism and big playability make him a weapon in motion, on jet sweeps, or as a target in the slot, giving the Raiders multiple ways to attack opposing defenses. Branch's draft slot in the 4th round exemplifies the value of patience and scouting insight, recognizing that talent exists beyond the first 2 rounds, and that careful evaluation can unearth players who become critical contributors without expending premium picks. Another essential aspect of the Raiders' draft philosophy is the attention to positional depth and rotational talent. Injuries are inevitable over the course of a season, and having capable backups who can step into starting roles or maintain performance in limited snaps is essential. By targeting players who combine athleticism with positional versatility, such as Blake Miller moving from tackle to guard, the Raiders ensure that roster flexibility remains a strategic advantage. These moves are not just about filling gaps. They're about creating a sustainable foundation where each pick can serve multiple functions, from starter to situational specialist, while also developing into a long-term contributor. Developmental trajectory is equally critical. The Raiders must consider how each player progresses within their system, evaluating factors such as football IQ, adaptability to coaching, and physical development. For instance, Amari Washington may require refinement in technique, particularly in leverage and hand placement, but his raw physical attributes and motor suggest that, with proper coaching, he can become a cornerstone of the defensive front. By selecting players like Crone Allen, who can contribute early, alongside prospects like Harold Perkins Jr., who may require initial development, the team establishes a dynamic where the present and future are addressed simultaneously. This balance is critical in a league where the difference between playoff contention and mediocrity often comes down to how well teams anticipate the growth of their players over multiple seasons. Drafting is also a psychological and cultural exercise. Bringing in players with strong work ethic, resilience, and a competitive mindset is as important as their on-field production. Branch's motivation, Allen's consistency, and Perkins' ability to return from injury all speak to traits that align with a culture of accountability and drive. Cultivating this environment ensures that talent is nurtured within a framework that maximizes performance while minimizing potential distractions or lapses in focus. As the Raiders progress through the middle and later rounds, the focus on specialized skill sets becomes pronounced. Adding depth at wide receiver, securing versatile linebackers, and bolstering the offensive line provides insurance against attrition, while also allowing the coaching staff to implement diverse packages and formations that challenge opponents strategically. The blend of high-upside players with reliable contributors creates a roster where innovation in play calling can thrive without overextending the team's talent or exposing weaknesses. This strategy extends to evaluating the overall athletic profile of draftees. Speed, agility, and strength metrics are analyzed not just in isolation, but in context with football instincts, reaction times, and situational awareness. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers around the NFL have intensified as SHEDUER Sanders, the young and electrifying quarterback, reportedly made a decision that has sent shockwaves through the league. Sources close to the situation suggest that Sanders has accepted what insiders are calling an irresistible offer from the Las Vegas Raiders, fueling speculation that the franchise is preparing a major shakeup at the quarterback position. While no official announcement has been made, the rumor mill is already in overdrive, with analysts debating how this potential move could reshape the Raiders' offensive strategy. Sanders, known for his exceptional arm strength and poise under pressure, has drawn attention from multiple teams since his college days. The suggestion that he would choose the Raiders indicates a calculated decision, likely influenced by the team's offensive philosophy. the chance for immediate playing time, and the potential to work alongside some of the league's most innovative coaches. Sources hint that the deal includes terms that could make Sanders one of the most talked-about young quarterbacks in the league, though the exact financials remain under wraps. The Raiders, meanwhile, appear poised to make a bold statement with this rumored acquisition. Fans have long debated the team's quarterback situation, and bringing in someone like Sanders could signal a clear intention to revamp the offense and inject fresh energy into a roster hungry for success. Analysts are already speculating about how Sanders' style of play, dynamic, confident, and versatile, could mesh with the Raiders' receiving core and offensive line, sparking discussions about potential breakout performances. Of course, with rumors comes skepticism. Some insiders caution that negotiations in the NFL can shift rapidly, and until an official announcement is made, nothing is guaranteed. Still, the mere suggestion that Sanders has committed to the Raiders has fans and pundits alike buzzing, imagining a future where his talent could transform the franchise. The energy surrounding this speculation is palpable, as supporters envision a new era of exciting quarterback play under the bright lights of Las Vegas. As the NFL community watches closely, the story of SHEDUER Sanders and the Raiders continues to grow, a tantalizing what-if that could reshape the narrative for both player and team alike. Whether this move ultimately materializes or remains a tantalizing rumor, one thing is clear: the league is holding its breath. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.